How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite stocks right now. And they've had so many big catalysts here recently, and they actually fell down today. And they're at a price that might be interesting for you to want to look at it. So I want to talk to you today about Matterport. My name's Sam. I am coming over from the channel My Financial Friend. I come here once a week on the TipRanks channel. This is just an interesting time in the market. We see so much excitement. We see huge developments like a $1 trillion company changing their name and focusing on the Metaverse. And this company can benefit a lot from that. So I'm going to explain it to you here today. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button, subscribe button, and if you guys want an unfair advantage with TipRanks Premium, you can check out the link underneath the video. So Matterport is the company that we're talking about here today. It was a SPAC last year, and today it's down 11%. I really like this company. It's actually my number one holding. And I think this company is going to be very strong over the coming years. So this is a software as a service company. If you don't know what it is, they take 3D models of homes, of buildings, and we'll explain some of that more in the use cases. But they've had so many huge pieces of news that have come out recently. You can see the analyst upside says $24. Upside is 14.5%. We actually just got a new rating today too after they had their earnings last night. They raised their target to $30. So first of all, let's go through some of the news here. Matterport enters into the public sector to digitize the U.S. government facilities, infrastructure, and strategic initiatives. So think about this use case, right? They build 3D models of buildings. They're going to work with several different government agencies within the U.S. government to help protect, manage, and operate these different buildings. So if there's some kind of emergency, let's say there's some kind of, I don't want to say it here on YouTube, but some kind of terrorist attack or something like that, they could help out the emergency team. They could help the people that are responding to that. And they're doing this for some of the really important agencies: Federal Emergency Management Agency, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Defense, Central Intelligence. From these different kinds of organizations, you get the sense that this is a very trusted company. They also launched Matterport Notes, an interactive collaboration and communication tool for digital twins. Basically, what this allows you to do is collaborate across the country on certain places. So you could use this for, let's say you're working on a workspace and you want different kinds of stools. It's super easy to use. Instead of saying, hey, let's put this stool right next to the desk, between the desk and the window or something like that, you can actually put a 3D image of it there and see how it fits. Matterport expands digitization offering for properties through its on-demand capture services. So they have 51 cities where you can actually call them up or order online, and they can actually come out and digitize a property for you. Let's say you're super busy, but you have buildings in New York that you're constructing, and you want a third party to go scan them so you can see the real progress instead of having your leg pulled by whoever's building them. You can have that done. And they recently announced, even after that, just a few weeks later, that they're adding 13 more US cities, a total of 80 major cities in the US and 4 in the UK. They also have had some other great companies that they've worked with that have given really good testimonies, like Super Yacht Collective selects Matterport to promote luxury yachts. They talk about how much that helps increase their sales. Also, Vacasa sees a near 12% boost in vacation rental bookings powered by Matterport. They also are used by Redfin. Matterport is now available on Android mobile devices, which is probably some of the biggest news recently. They're leveraging freemium flywheel to accelerate subscriber acquisition. So back when they launched Matterport for iPhone, this exploded their business. Now they're launching it to the Android phone, which hopefully will do the same thing. They also have 13% of the Fortune 1000 companies on their freemium flywheel. So they're hoping to then, as time goes on, increase their freemium to professional subscriptions and above. So they're trying to get more and more subscription revenue, and they're doing that. Every single quarter they have more subscription revenue. Now, the biggest piece of news recently was actually that they are working with Facebook. So they're working with Facebook AI to help augmented reality and artificial intelligence. And I'll play this video here for you, but there's even more news on this here in a second.
My name is Dhruv, and I'm a research scientist at Facebook AI Research. I'm excited to tell you that Facebook AI and Matterport are collaborating on the release of the largest ever dataset of 3D indoor spaces under a Matterport open source license. The HM3D research dataset contains about 1,000 high-res 3D scans of building-scale commercial and residential spaces. These scans can be used with FAIR's Habitat Simulator to train robots and egocentric AI assistants to understand 3D spaces, navigate real-world environments, and in the future, recognize objects and follow instructions, all safely and at scale in simulation. For example, say you misplaced your keys. Now imagine a world in which an AR assistant can tell you, hey, you forgot your keys on your coffee table. And that's the world we have the power to create now with this dataset.
So with that in mind, they have had some big news recently. Facebook revealed that they're changing their name to Meta, and they're going to focus on the Metaverse. Now, this is really interesting because of the fact that they are probably going to use Matterport. They already work with Matterport. You can see this was in their video talking about the Metaverse. You can see the construction of these different, like these recliners, and it's very similar to what's on Matterport's website. You can see here on Matterport's website, the chairs are almost exactly the same. I mean, they're slightly different, but what are the chances that they're both using these types of recliner chairs? Now, the reason it has fallen recently is because it's a growth company that actually had decreasing revenue last quarter. Their results from last night actually shows that they only had about $27 to $28 million worth of revenue as opposed to 29 and a half like last quarter. So unfortunately, the revenue actually fell. You can see though that their subscribers increased. So subscribers were 404,000. Now they're up to 439,000. Paid subscribers rose to 53,000, which is an increase. They also increased their subscription revenue from 15.3 up to 16 million. So they are increasing their subscribers, their subscription revenue. They also fell in earnings per share, which is not great. But with so many big things coming and so many big partnerships and so many use cases, I think this is bound to be a great stock. Now, they did talk about the Metaverse and their partnership with Facebook a little bit more. They basically said, is this something that we should expect more of in terms of these types of partnerships with all these tech companies focusing on the Metaverse? And they basically said, hey, we've been working in this industry for a long time. We have the largest spatial digital data library of digital twins in the world. So it would make sense that other people would want to work with us. They say it's easy to see how a platform like ours could be very interesting, very relevant in the future of all these virtual platforms that are getting created, including the Metaverse. So they didn't say, yes, we're going to work with Microsoft, with Nike, with Facebook and all these different companies, but they basically said, yeah, I mean, we're the largest 3D digital twin company in the world. People are going to want to work with us. Now, like I said, it has fallen recently, but they have been upgraded by Wedbush. They have strong analyst expectations. Of course, they are falling a decent amount today, so I think a lot of people are a little bit cautious right now, but they did fall 6 or 7% after their last earnings too, which was disappointing to a lot of investors, even though they increased their revenue. I think it was right around 10% from the quarter before. So it is going to be fascinating to watch this company. I think with all the different partnerships that they can have, I think this company is bound to do great things and continue to expand in the future, expand their reach and expand the partnerships and their revenue and earnings per share in the future. It is a software as a service company, so it does trade at a high multiple compared to their revenue. So just keep that in mind too. Always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I want to bring this update to you because this is such an interesting company, especially as Facebook really focuses on the Metaverse. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely hit subscribe and the like button underneath the video. Check out the link down below to TipRanks Premium, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.